Hello class, this is your instructor. I'm making this video to show you how to understand the coding conventions in your ICD-10 coding manual. I am on your tabular list and I'm on the code S03 right here, and it is for dislocation of and sprain of the joints and ligaments of the head. Once you start dividing it, it starts to become, actually this is your category. Any 3-digit code is the category code, which is like a mother code that creates more bigger family at the bottom. And so the category code 3-digit becomes a 4-digit or a 5-digit. So when you look at these codes, remember what I'm trying to show you here is the coding conventions. So if you are doing your discussion 1, you're supposed to find a correct code, which is the maximum digits that you can find in a certain code location for a certain disease. So let's say we're looking for dislocation of the left side of the jaw. So for me to do this, I have to go through the index, your usual steps of coding to find the correct code. You go to the index, you find the main term dislocation, and then the subterm jaw, and then you come to find this code here in the tabular list where you are going to see S0302. Okay, remember you cannot code S03 point decimal O because it has a red dot. Even these have a red dot or a check sign you might have on your book. This one also has the sign of the X. So what are these sign and symbols? Do you notice? Includes, do you notice code also excludes too? The red sign, the symbol, everything that you're seeing here is a coding convention. So what is a coding convention? A coding convention is something that you see on the tabular list, as you can see here. All the colored symbols, signs, and highlights are your coding conventions. And at the bottom of the page, if you notice, all of them are given to you so you know what they are and what they mean. Now, if you need more details, you will have to go to your contents, which is your table of index. You will have to find the chapter 1 right here. It could be a different page number. It could be a different book. I'm using my book, so don't get confused upon, oh, where is that? Just try to find the table of contents in your book. Try to find chapter 1 or appendix 1. Which is going to take you to a certain page number where you will see section 1 conventions, general coding guidelines, and chapter specific guidelines, where you will look and read for all the different coding conventions given to you in detail. Okay? If you can find this, which is chapter 1 in the very beginning, you will find all the different coding conventions given to you on these pages and onward. I just have one page, but once you scroll through the next pages, you will find all these sign and symbols given to you in detail. Okay, so that is something I want you to do. Now, going back to the scenario, I want you to pay attention to how to code. Now, remember, when you select, you cannot select an S03. It has a red dot. That means the red dot means you need, if you look at the red dot right here, it says use additional character. So I have to add one more digit. So what am I going to do? I am going to go down, find another digit, and I see it, S03.00. That is for unspecified side. If the documentation doesn't give you a side, this is the code you will choose. If it does give you the side, you will choose right side, left side, or bilateral, meaning both, depending upon the documentation. So let's say if I'm choosing right side, I have to use S03.01. It has a red dot. But guess what? There's no more digits after the 5th digit. So why is it giving me a red dot? And why is it giving me an X sign? For this fracture, because it is an injury, for every injury, you have to put down A, D, or S in the boxes given on the top of the code or somewhere on this page. The X sign means that you have to add one of these letters to your code on the 7th digit. If you notice, you will have somewhere on this top of the box, you will see 7th character is to be added to each code from category S03. Now remember, this is only 7th character. So how are you going to write this in the 7th character, whereas you only have 5 digits. What is your 6th digit? This is where we have to put an X sign here. If you see how I wrote this code here, S03.02 X. So the empty space will be covered by the X symbol given to you, and you will add A from that blue box at the end, making it a 7th digit only. So now you have your complete code written down like this. Okay, so remember, you are explaining your code. Your code is S03.02 or 01, depending upon your code description or your documentation. You will explain dislocation of the jaw, left side or right side or whichever side it is. You will explain the coding convention. You know, what is ADS? Why did you have to apply ADS on it? What does the red sign means? What does the X sign means? If you have to add any of this information, which is given code also, is it an open boot? No, we didn't see on any of that. Includes, do we need to pay attention to includes? We read all of that and we see if our documentation asks to include any of that. So is excludes too. So everything that you're seeing is your coding convention. We also have coding guidelines, which is part of your book, again, in this same chapter that I mentioned to you earlier. These are all coding convention and guidelines on this first chapter of your coding manual. So hopefully that helps a little bit understand your discussion unit 1. And if you still have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Let me know and I will try to help you further. Take care. Have a good day. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.